If you made it to this tip number 10, I'm really impressed. You really want to learn about Windows. So I'm really honored that you would take the time to watch all these videos if you made it to number 10. So congratulations, this is it. We're going to end by talking about screens. There's nothing worse than trying to get your screen out or open your window and you end up bending or bowing that screen, or you pull this little plastic screen tabs off and you've pretty much destroyed your screen just to get it out and clean your windows or do what you're trying to do to wash out your screens and put them back in. So let's talk about screens. Here's some of the offerings that I have on this table. These come out of windows that we offer. And the first one is a basic plastic screen tab. This one's a little more clear. It's clear, it's not as noticeable. I like it. It's pretty durable, the tab on it. When you pull on this, you'll pull back on it. Usually you have two hands on this and you'll pull back against these springs right here and then push your screen out. This is a little vulnerable right here when you're pulling against this rod right here. It's just a double wall regular screen, and I'm going to show you an improvement on this as we get down the road here. But it's a decent screen. It's got a standard view mesh. So you have your screen frame that you're talking about and your mesh. Everybody has the same little springs in here. There's really no difference in those for most screens. So this is one. Another one is this one here that has the plastic screen tabs down in the corners. Do it the same way. You pull back on these tabs. You can get a little bow in this frame right here. This is a normal view mesh, a good heavy duty nylon mesh. And over time, these are not made out of the same material as actual vinyl windows, which have titanium oxide and UV inhibitors. They're just a real cheap plastic, so they tend to get really brittle, turn yellow, and break off really easy. And then you have no way to get your screen out without a screwdriver or a putty knife, and you end up damaging the screen. So this is a short-term fix. But in 5 to 10 years, you're probably going to have to replace your screens. Now here's the best innovation that I've seen in a long time. Milgard is known for innovating stuff like this. This is a pull rail screen frame. So it actually has a U channel in here, so it has a double strength rail in here. You put two fingers in here usually and just pull back on your screen, push it out, and you retain the strength of your frame. This is much more structural and much more rigid than all the other screens we've just looked at. They also put a pure view mesh in here. It's a little finer mesh. It'll deflect smaller insects, and it makes it really hard to tell that you have a screen in that window. So there is options out there for heavy duty screens that have mostly solved those problems. Now, there's one other screen type out there that I don't want you to be fooled by. This is called a flex screen. I've got a larger sample of it. It's really cool. The frame is, I'm not sure what this is made out of. It almost feels like kind of an aluminum material, but it's very flexible. It could be fiberglass. Has a heavy duty screen in it. But if you look closely at this screen, the mesh is actually welded and melted into the frame. So the company that makes this flex screen here, I'm actually a dealer for this company. I could put this in any Milgard window. You can custom size these. They're about $30, $40 a piece, and they have a lifetime warranty on them, but this company's only been in business a few years, and I'm not sure I would want my screen to be tied to a company that's not associated with my window. If I was to damage the screen, Homestar gives a lifetime warranty on the mesh. I wouldn't be able to do it on this. We don't have this process. These screens here, I can just remove them, replace them. You can take them to any screen shop, anywhere to replace your screen mesh. This, you'd have to order a whole new screen, including the frame, anytime you had a problem. And it's not the manufacturer of your window, so you're dealing with a separate company. So that concerns me a little bit if they're going to be around, and I wouldn't want to invest all my windows in this screen. So now I'm standing here next to a Tuscany Milgard window with a pull rail screen frame and a pure view screen in here. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to remove and replace this screen. Tell me if you've ever been able to get a screen out of your house this quickly and this easily before. So here we go. I put my thumbs behind here, put three fingers in the rail, push out, There it is. I'll do it again. Push out. Take that screen right out, and you're out. Put it back in. You line it up in the channel. Right there. Pull back on the screen. You're back in business. So that's a nice screen.